at your leisure. For today's workout, we're going to be doing some mostly hip extension and hip flexion work. So think hip flexion coming up this way, hip extension, getting the hip back into this kind of, so both of these muscles, right, hip flexion, working that front side of the hip here, going this way, hip extension, the back side, so some of this work, going up, going back, and forth. So that'll be the kind of the main things. For the workout, you will probably want to have, I have this sandbag here. You don't need a sandbag, but just something to kind of brace your leg against, because we're going to be turning pelvis for our first exercise. We'll be turning pelvis into right over that femur, getting our leg into this internally rotated position. So as I turn that way, right, my hip is naturally going to want to spin. See how my back leg is kind of coming through. And I want to get in this hip internally rotated position. So something to block it so it won't keep swinging back as I turn into that internally rotated position. So something to block it, whether it's a wall or a couch or anything like that. Have that. I have a couple blocks just to help me get into position. So we'll be doing some stretching and work this way. Right this way. So you may be able to reach the ground, but anything that can kind of help you get into, modify into the best possible position for you, whether it's blocks, sticks, or even chairs, or a wall to hold on to, that works. So, or any combination of those. And then lastly, got a strap here. We'll be doing, you don't need a strap, but we'll be doing some knee to chest. So if you have trouble bringing knee up towards your chest, reaching that leg, you can throw a belt under there and start pulling up that way, knee up towards the chest. So just a couple optional things to make workout a little bit more convenient for you. For those of you joining live, if you have any questions or comments or need modifications, anything like that, just type them in the chat and I will be monitoring that as we go through the workout. Hopefully I don't miss anything and we can get that addressed for you. So we'll jump right in. We got exercise packed workout for you. We're going to jump right in. Side lying hip car. So we'll start off on our side, and for those of you not familiar with the side lying hip car, we're taking our hip through its full rotational range of motion just from lying on our side. So everything else in our body is going to be tight, locked in, and the only thing that will be moving is our hip through its full rotational range. So quick demo. On the front side, I'm going to bring my hip into a little bit of hip flexion, knee up towards my chest, and then I'm going to give myself some external rotation. So I'm bringing that foot in, my femur is rotating out away from the body, knee to chest. Once I've maxed out that rotation and flexion, I'm going to swing it out to the side as far as I can without my pelvis rolling over. So I'm going to come out to the side. So hip abduction. Once I've maxed out my abduction, I stay right on this axis and just rotate my foot back. Femur rotates in towards the body. So this bone is rotating in as my foot rotates back. Keeping that knee high, right? So I don't want to drop the knee and rotate back. I want to stay right up here and rotate right on this bone here. So I'm just rotating back. Then I push back into hip extension without arching my back. So I just push back, around, my knees will meet, and then I'll just reverse it. Kick back, lift straight up to the side, externally rotate again so that foot comes under. Flexion around and down. So we'll do, let's do 4 of those on each leg, and then we'll get right into our exercises. So this is a fairly abbreviated warm-up, so do like the first 2 kind of moderate intensity, and then start ramping up as we get to number 3, and then number 4 should be a nice hard one. to get your joint primed for the exercises we're about to do. So here we go. External rotation, flexion, coming out to the side, get as much range as you can, rotate back, push back, around, and knees meet, push back into extension, lift straight up, rotate under, chest, around and down, and we go again. Here's number 2. To the side, rotating back, kick back, everything is staying tight. I'm not arching my back, around and down, just my hip moving in that hip socket. External rotation, around and down. Number 3, get a little more tension, squeezing that external rotation, squeezing that hip flexion, pushing that range of motion, trying to get right towards that end of the range. Internal rotation, big squeeze on that outside hip as I push back, around and down, kick back, lift up to the side, external, coming around, down, and one more time. Last one, high tension, big squeeze, get as much range as you can. Get some nice intensity going. Final part of the hip warm-up on this leg. External rotation, around and down, and we'll just switch sides. And here we go, external rotation. Bottom leg doesn't matter whether it's straight, bent, whatever's comfortable for you. Abduction, rotate back, internal rotation, push back, around and down, back, open up to the side, external rotation, and go again. Number 2. Good, ramping up that intensity. Here we go, number 3. Flexion, abduction, max that out. Internal rotation, big squeeze, push back, around and down, back, lift straight up. External, big tension. So imagine you're encased in sand and you have to kind of move this sand along. Push up, push out, hold out, rotate that foot back, keeping that knee high, kick back, around, knees meet, kick straight back, squeeze your butt, lift out to the side, straight up, externally rotate, start coming up, around, and down. All right, hips should be a little bit warmed up, primed, took them through their rotational movement. I'm going to get my sandbag here. You can be on your bag, you can be on the wall, whatever is going to stop it from kind of getting internally rotated, right? So I'm here, I'm blocked. You can be on the edge of your couch, but just turn towards that leg, and that should create this rotational stretching sensation around the leg. And what we're going to do from there is using that stretching tissue that you feel stretching, push against. So now I'm pushing this leg against my bag, or against my wall. So I'm pushing into it. We're going to go 45-second push. Nothing is going to move, but I'm just isometrically contracting. Squeeze for 45 seconds. By the end of the 45 seconds, I should be pretty fatigued. I shouldn't feel like I can go to a minute or a minute 30. We should be done at 45 going, whoo. At the end of the 45 seconds, I'll switch directions. So now I'm trying to rotate my foot, right? Hip internally, so foot off of the back. But since I'm already in this end range, nothing will move. I'm just squeezing this outside hip stuff now, trying to get off, squeeze that way. So 45 seconds in, 45 seconds out. We'll follow that by, we'll just come off of our bag and we'll actually rotate it in, rotate it out, rotate it in. So we're just making sure we're working on our hip rotation. So pushing in, pushing out. Then we'll do 5 actual rotations here. I forgot to mention you might want like a pillow or something soft to set your knee under if you're not using a mat. So we'll go ahead and get ourselves set up. Blocks if you need it, chairs if you need it. Get yourself set up into that internally rotated position. Get nice and tight. And start pushing to the top of my foot. You can, either way, whatever helps you feel it best. You can go flat here, or you can go sideways as long as you're feeling that rotational push. So it won't matter whether your foot is flat or up, whatever helps you feel that position best. We're going for sensation rather than position. So the exact position of anything that we do is not going to matter. We're just targeting tissues and getting sensation, getting force, getting work into them. So here we go. Start pushing into your object. 45-second push against that object, pushing into it. Thirty seconds to go. Keep working. And 20 seconds. Keep it going. Should be building up that fatigue. Last 15. Adjust your intensity accordingly to be done in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay in the same position if you can and squeeze out. Squeeze the other way. So now we're going out this way, away from the wall or object. Nothing moves, but we're just reversing direction, trying to find outside hip and rotate out and away. Keep squeezing. 20 seconds. You can come out of the stretch a little bit. If you feel nothing here, unwind a little bit of that stretch. We don't want movement off of the wall, but we just want a squeeze sensation. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Slide away from your object. And 5 rotations. We're going to go in and rotate out. 1, in, rotate out. 2, find your end on the inside, squeeze for a little bit more. Find your end on that outside, squeeze for a little bit more. 3, in and out. 4, last one, in and out. 5, reset yourself. We're going to do a 15-second max now. So we did a 45 where we were tired at 45. Now we're going to tire ourselves out at 15 seconds. Get into your stretch, same leg, same position, and begin. Drive hard, 15 seconds. Don't get to the 15 and feel like you could have gone 30. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and squeeze away. Squeeze off of that wall. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Come off. 5 rotations. Squeeze in and out. 1, in, out. 2, in, out. 3, in, out. 4, in, and out. 5. We'll switch to the other side. So set up neutral here, and I'm just starting to wind up. I'm twisting whole body, pelvis over that femur, getting into a deep internal rotation. Get yourself set up. Feel that rotational twist somewhere on the inside of your leg, underside, maybe even a little in the front. And start using that, driving into your object. 45 seconds. Get to fatigue. It's a 45-second max. More so than just pushing as hard as you can, try to get it through our target tissues. So the rotational tissues that are stretching right now, push using those only. You might get less force, but try to use those. Squeeze hard using those. 15 seconds. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and switch directions. Now move out, away from the wall. Twist out, away. Big squeeze. 30 seconds to go. Get it tired. Seconds. Find that control, mind-muscle connection. 10 seconds. Keep squeezing. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. We'll come off of our object. And 5 rotations. Here we go. In out. 1, in, and squeeze out. 2, in, find that and fight, squeeze for a little bit more, and out. 3, and think, just rotating on this axis, right? I'm not rotating my whole butt, my whole pelvis. I'm just rotating this femur bone that's coming out of my hip. In, out. 4, last one. Rotate in, squeeze those tissues, and out for 5. Back to our object. 15-second max here. Get yourself set up. Tight internal rotation, and squeeze. 15 seconds. Big push. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and push, squeeze out off of the wall. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come off of your object. 5 rotations. Squeeze in and out. 1, in and out. 2, in and out. 3, big squeeze. In, out. 4, last one, squeeze in and out. 5. All right. Our second series is going to be a hip extension series now. So we did rotation, now we're doing hip extension. So this is kind of, right, extending back. So that's our hip extension. We're going to find a stretch on the front side. And our isometric is going to be driving our knee down and pulling forward, right? So I'm trying to do a knee lift. So pulling through that mat here using all of this stuff. And then the back side is going to be pushing back, squeezing your butt as you're trying to get more extension. So one kind of caveat to getting the range of extension is that I want you to be able to feel your butt squeeze in the back. So don't get so much extension that I can't squeeze my butt at all. You can squeeze your butt from here, but you can go all the way to here, but you can't squeeze. Work from here. So wherever you can work from, and you may be able to squeeze better with more extension. So play with those positions a little bit and find what you can squeeze. The second thing is you can line up, right? Hips right at shoulder width, but you can also go extension with a slight staggered. So you don't have to be like on railroad tracks here. You can go kind of wider. Find the best position for you that allows you to feel that hip flexor stretch and then your glutes squeezing back. All right, so here we go. I'm going to set up with a couple blocks. You don't need your wall anymore. Whatever's going to help you find that good stretch position, whether you're up like this, sticks, chairs, blocks. Here we go. Find that stretch on the front side. Make sure you can squeeze that back side because we will stay in that same position. So whatever you can squeeze and work. Here we go. And hip flexion. Pull that knee down into the ground. 45-second max. Again, we're working. Driving that knee into the ground and also trying to pull forward. We're at 25 seconds to go. Big squeeze. Challenge yourself. 15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and squeeze. Push back. Squeeze your butt. Try to get more hip extension. Nothing will really move, but you're just squeezing that butt, pushing back. Seconds, keep squeezing, don't quit. 15, keep squeezing. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Our second exercise in this series is going to be a collapsed quadruped. So this is regular quadruped, right? These would be our regular hip extension, or we could have hip extension lifts this way. I want you to find a position between here, right, where it's maybe a little bit easier, and here, where it's basically impossible to get it off, right? You're getting that max extension. I can't lift off. So somewhere where you can keep a straight leg. So today we're going straight leg. You can go bent leg, get hip extension. Today we're going straight leg. Find a place where you can get some straight leg and lift. Same thing, it doesn't matter whether your foot's down, whether your foot's up. Find that position for you, and we'll do our lift offs. Ready, and begin. Lift. Down 1. Lift. Down 2. Lift. Down 3. Make sure that knee is locked out. Lift. Down 4. So squeeze your quad. Lock your leg out before lifting. If you need to adjust higher to keep that lockout and lift, adjust higher and lift. Lock and lift. Down 6. Lift. Down 7. Lift. Down 8. Lift. Down 9. Lift. And down 10. Same side again. 15-second max. 15 and 15 followed by 10 more lifts. Here we go. Find your position. Start driving that knee. And 15-second max and begin. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and squeeze back. Squeeze your butt. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. You'll notice as you squeeze your butt and push back, you might feel that stretching sensation increase on the front side. These are the muscles that will help you squeeze and pull a little more hip extension for yourself. So that's where we're working front side and back side. Find your lift off position and begin. Lift and down. Lock out that quad. Lift. Down 2. Lift. Down 3. Lift. Down 4. Lift. Down 5. Lift. Down 6. Lift. Down 7. Lift. Down 8. Last 2. Lift. Down 9. Lift. And down 10. This is kind of a choose your own adventure of difficulty level, right? You can go a little bit easier if it's super challenging. You can squeeze more internal tension. If it's feeling easy and harder, you can even add some ankle weights to those lift-ups, right? If that's too easy and you're down here and you can still lift off, add some ankle weights. So you really vary the difficulty to whatever challenge level you need. Find your position, whether it's that straightforward position, whether you're kind of offset, whether you're more offset this way. Find a good stretch for yourself for the hip flexor. Just make sure you can squeeze your butt going the back way. Get ourselves set up. 45 seconds. Pull in that knee through the ground and begin. We're at 20 seconds. Keep pulling that knee through. Drive it down into the ground. Using all that front side hip stuff. We're working. 10 seconds. Keep driving down, pulling through. Front side hip stuff all working to smash that knee down. 4, 3, 2, 1, and push back. Squeeze your butt. Push it back some more. Trying to slide that leg back, squeezing the butt. Front side of the hip is stretching, massive stretch. Got 20 seconds, keep it working. 15, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Find your lift-off position. Collapse quadruped. Lock out that leg. And lift. Down 1. Lift. Down 2. Lift. Down 3. Lift. Down 4. Make sure you're feeling that butt squeeze. That's what we're targeting. Down 5. Lift. Down 6. Everything else is a statue. Lift. Down 7. Lift. Down 8. Lift. Down 9. Lift. And down 10. So, yeah, we're just making sure it's not lift at all costs. It's hit the target tissue. So we're not trying to look a certain way doing the exercise. We want sensation. So if you need to come up a little bit more to really isolate and use what we're trying to use, by all means, adjust your position and use what we're trying to use. So it's super important that we're only targeting and only working the target tissues on these. Because our body currently moves in the way it moves, and if it's not capable of a good level of hip extension, you might use your back to complete the movement, but we're still not using kind of the proper muscles to create that movement. So all of this is just retraining our body to move, to contract and move the tissues that it should be using to create those movements, not our compensated version. So here we go. 15 seconds here. Get in your position, feel that stretch, and start driving that knee down. 15 seconds. Here we go. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and squeeze your butt, pushing back. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Find your lift-off position. Everything tight and squeeze. Down 1, squeeze. Down 2, squeeze. Down 3, squeeze. Down 4, squeeze. Down 5, squeeze. Down 6, squeeze. 7, squeeze. 8, squeeze. 9, squeeze. That is 10. All right, we have 2 more small series that we want to get to. So we'll go a little quicker through our supine hip flexion. You're going to lie down on your back. And what we're going to do now is this round we're going to work the hip flexors here. So what we're going to do for that is get ourselves, if your knee hurts when you're putting pressure, bringing the knee up to the chest here, right? Because if this is too much pressure, just grab behind the knee. We're lifting knee to chest. And as you're doing that, you can think either knee comes straight to the chest, you can go knee at about armpit level, or you can go knee at shoulder, shoulder way. So you have 3 kind of slots to choose from. Find the one that's most comfortable for you. We're going to do a 30-second followed by a 10-second. So 30 seconds, I'm trying to get out of this. I'm pushing down, but I'm resisting here. So I'm using this underside stuff to push out of it. And then I have my 30 seconds trying to lift my knee more towards my chest. So I'll give myself a little resistance here, just something to push against, working the hip flexor. 30 seconds that way. And then we're going to come up, same leg will be in front. We're going to do 30 seconds pushing down. And 30 seconds lifting up with, you can either have a bent or you can have a straight leg for this one. We're just targeting kind of the same tissues, but now with the straight leg and bent leg. And we're not going to do a second kind of lift off exercise. We'll be straight into this. So your 30 second and then a 10-second max on this. 10 seconds driving down, 10 seconds going up. So 30 seconds this way, 30 seconds pulling up to the up position, 10 seconds driving down, 10 seconds lifting up. Here we go. Find your slot. Use this underside stuff to push out of that hold. Ready and begin. 30 seconds. This is the one where if you can't quite reach your leg, grab that belt, put it under and pull up and push down against that strap. Right, so from here, I'm still pushing down against that strap. We've got 10 more seconds trying to use this underside stuff. You can't feel it, adjust or lighten your push and really try to find underside stuff pushing. And reverse directions, now you're lifting knee to chest. Lock yourself, give yourself a little resistance. 30 seconds trying to fatigue that hip flexor, squeezing up. 15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time will come up. Give you a second to get into your position. Same leg that you had bent pulling up, we're using that same leg. Keep that leg now straight. So I was on my back, using my left leg, pulling up. Now I'm kneeling. Same left leg is now straight. Right, so I'm finding a good position here. You can have a slight bend, you can have it straight, but you're going to drive 10 seconds pushing down, 10 seconds squeezing that same top side, quad and hip flexor to lift up. 10 seconds, here we go. Ready, and begin. Drive it down. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and try to lift up. Nothing moves, but you're just squeezing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Switch sides, other leg. 30 seconds, knee to chest, followed by your straight leg exercise. So here we go. Knee up to chest, using underside stuff to drive down. Here we go. And begin. 30 seconds. Push out of that. From whatever slot is comfortable for you. 1, right at shoulder width. 2, armpit, or 3, out wide. 15 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lift. Knee to chest. Big squeeze. 30 seconds. Try to fatigue that hip flexor as you're driving up. You can give yourself a little resistance here. Driving up against something. 15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring it on up. That leg you were working is now the front leg. Find hamstring stretch. Make sure you can squeeze that hip flexor or quads on that lifting part. And driving down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and squeeze up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Our last exercise that we've got, last series, is going to be 5 kind of sliding eccentrics here. So hopefully you have a smooth floor, or actually have a slider here. I'm not going to use it. I could actually use it, but we're going to be sliding forward. So what we're going to do is actually drive our foot down into the ground, so creating that same sensation, working the hamstring. Drive that down. Try to drive that other leg back, so think and squeeze glute as you push back. So we're pushing down this way. Just like on that first exercise, we're squeezing the glute back. And it doesn't matter how far you get. I don't care how far you get, whether you're getting super far or whether we're just sliding here. Sliding that much. We're going to take 5 seconds to get into whatever end range position we can. Reset yourself back up top. 5 seconds to end range, reset back up top. So here we go. I'll actually use a slider here. Here we go. And 5, drive down with that hamstring, push back with that back leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reset yourself back up. Maybe you have your chairs, maybe you have your blocks. I don't know if we're working without blocks here. Yeah, I guess 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reset yourself back up. That's 2. Drive down, pushing that heel down into the ground. Slide forward. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back up. Hopefully you have that pillow for your back knee. And drive down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's 4. Last one. Push that leg down. Push that other leg back. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reset. We'll go other leg to finish it off. Again, position doesn't matter. We're just going for sensation. Driving that leg down. Driving that other leg back. Whether it's this far or all the way, doesn't matter. Just work that tissue. Challenge yourself. Here we go. Drive down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it up. And drive down. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's 2. Drive down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's 3. Don't forget to push that back leg back. Driving down, pushing back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it up. I think that's 4. Here we go. Last one. Drive down, push back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And reset. Nice job. We are out of time. I would just recommend doing a couple hip cars, kind of retest that range of motion, especially through the extension, through that flexion, and then breathe, relax through your breath work, calm it down. But nice job, everybody.